This program contains coarse language and discusses mature themes. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
You've been busy this past month.
Yes, I sure have.
Any excursions? Because I know you had mentioned before that you were doing some dates.
I've had a couple of paid dates.
How do you because for me, I do pay dates, but on your profile, you say very out loud you don't do any sexual stuff with it.
I don't. So what happened is I just got out of a relationship 4-ish months ago or whatever, and so my mental energy to date men wasn't really there. And I had guys that are like, "Oh, you're single," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm not ready to date right now." But they're like, "But I really want to go on a date with you." And I'm like, "Okay, well, my energy and my time, $200 an hour, that's what I'm getting out of it is the monetary. Do I actually want to go on a date with them? Probably not."
Do you ever have connections with them on a more out of that kind of way?
I mean, there's one of them that I actually go on a paid date with every month and really good friends, but nothing that would be more than that.
It's not something that you would actually have a sexual advance with.
No.
That's crazy. I love it. I'm infatuated by it.
I love people. I love getting to know people's stories and their backgrounds and how they found kink. That's intriguing to me. So I like to go on dates to find out about other people. I don't know.
Do you use other dating apps besides FetLife or anything or?
I mean I'm on Field, but I really only use Field to promote my OnlyFans.
Good for you. That's a great platform.
I was on Tinder. I'm on Tinder, but then I had somebody from Fet find me on Tinder, and I was like, I didn't really want that person to find me, so I was deactivating because they're I saw your pictures and your name and blah blah, and I was like, fuck my life. Let me deactivate that really quick.
Yeah, that kind of ruins the magic going from Tinder because Tinder is very much what we like to call a fuck app.
Yeah,
it's a hookup app.
Know why I was on there in the first place. I was just freshly out of a breakup, and I was like, fuck it, let me download Tinder and see what's out there. The prospects are really not great. So
how long were you in your previous relationship?
It was about a year.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
No, I mean it was my first daddy baby girl relationship, and I actually found us a unicorn, and we dated her together for 4 months. So,
do you guys meet on FetLife or
me and my old partner?
Yeah,
we met on FetLife. Yeah, and then I found our unicorn on Reddit. But funny enough, she was also on FetLife.
How do you find a unicorn out of? Is that where they all are on Reddit?
No. I got really lucky. Okay, so I model. I amateur model is what I call it, because I will never consider myself a professional ever, whatever. But one of the studios that I saw that she had taken pictures in, I had worked with a photographer. So I literally slid in her DMs and I was like, "Did you model with so-and-so photographer? Are you in Minnesota?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Are you by chance on FetLife?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "You by chance into couples?" And she's like, "Well, I've never been with one, but I'd be willing to go on a date and see how it is." So me and her actually met first, just the two of us. We vibed really, really well. She's younger, but we get along really well. And then me, her, and my old partner all went on a date together, and it went really, really well. And then it just kind of went from there. But me and him broke up, and me and her still see each other. We're still play partners and all of that. So me and her best friends, but also fuck. So
wow, because that's really interesting that to have a relationship with someone and then have a unicorn, and then the main relationship ends and you're still playing with them. That's really groovy because it's hard. Unicorns, y'all are really rare. Okay, please come out from wherever you are.
I know there's that's how I found Fet, because partner, when I first started Fet, we wanted a unicorn. This is gonna It's going to sound dumb, but I Googled like how to find a unicorn. No fucking idea what kink was. Somehow me Googling that led me to FetLife. I have no idea how, but it pulled up a bunch of like sites, and that was one of them. So I started a profile with the guy that I started Fet with. He was like, you just do it, find the girl, you have to like her, whatever. We never found anyone because like you're not gonna find anyone. It's super hard to find a fucking unicorn. That relationship ended, so I stayed on Fet, found my first partner, Dom, that I had on Fet. But that's just kind of like how it started for me. I literally Googled how to find a unicorn.
Hey, shout out to you, FetLife, for being the only vice that we can go on to find unicorns, even though we can't find them.
Literally, though, the amount of DMs that I get on Reddit, do you want to be our unicorn? And I'm like, I don't know you. There's no pictures, there's no bio, like, who am I unicorning for? Air? I don't like.
It's definitely because you come like for your profile, it kind of comes off as if you want to be a unicorn, but I don't think that's what you want, really.
Me?
Yeah.
There's only one couple that I would currently unicorn for, and they know who they are.
Shout out to you guys.
I do Impact with them. I just got more heavily into Impact, and so
yeah, you've been really into it lately.
Yeah, so they actually co-topped me. If there was ever a couple on Fet in a dom sub dynamic that like love them, it's them. Like their dynamic is what I aspire to have in my life.
What is that like? What are you like looking for your own self when it comes to something like that? For like a dynamic like that.
Right now, I'm just having fun, but like longer term, like I want like, I guess like protocols, rules, things like that. That's kind of like what I like when I have a DS dynamic. Like my first partner that I had when I joined, like my first partner that was a dom, when I was like a newbie, he would task me to do things because I didn't know anybody in the community, and he would be like, you should go to this event. Like, I think you'd, really like it, whatever. So he'd like push me to do things outside of my comfort zone that I had never done before because I was super new to kink, but like not crossing boundaries, but just like pushing me to like go to things to get to know people. Like, oh, I think you'd like this. You should try this, or whatever it was. I wish I would have listened when I met him, and he back in the day was like, you should start an OnlyFans 3 years ago. Wish I would have listened back then and not waited until last year. But, here nor there.
Yeah. I mean, how long have you been on Fet?
I like being, like make sure that you get things done throughout the day. Like I can do that myself, yes. But like, I like to have my dom do it. And then if I don't do it, I want to be punished.
Oh no, I didn't do the laundry. That sucks. Woof.
Can you beat me now, please?
That is definitely something that I do with my husband because he's my daddy dom. And he's like, what? Why? And I'm like, I don't know. Whoops. I'm so sorry.
I forgot.
It slipped my mind. I've been home all day and I'm But you want to bust out the paddle? That'd be great.
Yes, please.
Right, and that's such a fun thing. You have so many dynamics because you're very much, you have so many different like roles that you orient to, which is very awesome.
Yeah,
I mean we're in little mode right now, so we're in little baby girl mode. I know it's so cute.
I just did a full on, I don't even know I guess you could say porn, where I was a baby girl. Like I had a mommy dom. I was dressed in a full on romper, pigtails. I'm coloring in a bed, and I'm like, Mommy, can you teach me about sex? And like full on 25-minute video in a hotel room with my stuffies, my coloring books, all of it.
It's such an interesting thing that like I'm going through, that I'm not myself like a mom at all. Like I've never had kids. I've never wanted kids.
I've never had kids either, but yeah.
I like being called mommy now. I'm like,
okay.
Like I don't know what it is, but there's like this paternal theme. I think just because I hit 32 and I was like, what if? But I've taken it in a sexual way. And someone was trying to ask me earlier, they're like, What is it about boobies that makes people go crazy? And I didn't know how to answer it, except for the only way that like I was like, well, I mean, for me, like they're fun and bouncy and kind of fun, and people like to suck titties and call it mommy.
So I never wanted to be called mommy until I met my younger play partner. So like I let her call me mommy, but that is the only person that can call me mommy.
It's definitely a weird thing, but you're also like you're into the impact play and rope play, which is great.
Rope started. I want to get more into that, but yeah, that was fun. My first like full 4-hour either partial or full suspension. So like,
right, it's exhilarating.
I just tried wax play for the first time. Sorry, that was
congrats, that's awesome.
Birthday, I performed on stage at Kinky Friday with Titania Orion, and we did wax play and impact play.
Wow.
I'm just like throwing myself out there, just like everything I ever wanted, just go.
What was it that you liked about the wax play?
I love how it feels. Like I never thought I was like a masochist or like super enjoyed pain, but like fuck me up and give me all the pain. Like I love it.
It's a very like people,
impacts. Mm-hmm. I think that's why I like it. Like how much can I take? How far can I push myself in a safe way? But like when I did impact with the couple that I like adore, they actually co-topped me. She's normally fully submissive. She never tops. So her partner like was like the mentor, and they co-topped me together. And I got kicked, I got punched, I got hit, like with all of the implements. It was like there was a photographer there that I adore, that I work with all the time, and he just happened to be at the party and he took pictures of it. And like, I have pictures of my ass, just like full on red bruises, like I was in heaven. But it was funny because there were people watching, and people are like, can you guys hit her harder? She looks like she's falling asleep. Like you're not doing anything. And then it was like, oh, okay, let's get to it now. And then they did. And my ass looked like I had gotten a BBL because it was so swollen. I could hardly put jeans on.
Well, okay, so for everyone to note now, instead of going to get surgery, just get your ass beat, once a week.
And it'll last for about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Wow. See, you don't have to pay for surgery. You just have to get your ass beat.
And then you don't have to do it.
Wow. Because it's like a very, like, a lot of people, and especially that aren't in the, kink community, when they think about like BDSM, they think about, oh, whips, chains, handcuffs, beating ass and whatnot. But there's such a beautiful thing in the kink world where we have that kind of like open communication, which setting up a scene like that and like having like like an audience, and some people will call them like witnesses, and that's so beautiful that you got to do that.
Yeah, I've done scenes in front of people. Like I did impact with Titania at Kinky Friday, which is a nightclub. So like I've had people watch, but that scene being so intimate, and the fact that couple has never they don't do impact with anyone. Like it's normally just the two of them. So this is the first time that anyone had ever seen them like bring someone in and do impact with them. So it was like a group of like 20 people watching, and something very new for all of our friends to see. So it was a very like intimate time. So
is that a lifestyle club that you're talking about?
It was a private party at somebody's house.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
Birthdays, and then there were a bunch of just scenes that were happening, but we didn't tell anyone about our scene until the night of, just in case like it didn't happen. You don't want to get people's hopes up. So like we were like the last scene to happen. So
wow, you've definitely been playing some scenes that I'm so jealous of. Goodness gracious. Because I get scared about impact play, because I know that I have a high tolerance, but I just don't want to scare people with it.
I thought I didn't have a tolerance for it. I thought I was like, before I did the scene, I was like, okay, guys, like, don't judge me if I can't take a lot. And then I did it, and they were like, are you kidding? And I was like, I don't know.
Should I not be done? I don't know what to tell you. The
girl that co-topped me, she looked at me and she goes, if anyone ever thought you were just an OnlyFans girl, this proves them wrong.
Right. Yeah. And you said you've been on OF for a year now?
Yeah, it's been just about a year. I started a fans league yesterday.
Congratulations.
So I can post my lactation content somewhere because I can't fucking post it there.
Yeah. I love hearing that because don't get me wrong. I know that I'm a big, everyone knows this that listens to my podcast, that I talk too much. And I'm sorry, Johnny, if you ever listen to this, my manager and best friend in the whole world. I talk too much about OF because ever since it was like, 2 years ago now that they started getting mad about adult content creators on there. And I was like, it's going to shut down. Because you can't even post like a picture of your cleavage as your like profile picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Fansly is like right there. And I feel that they do so much better for their content creators, even if it's not porn or anything.
Reading their terms of service in it. I was maybe I like didn't read it, but there's no chargebacks on Fansly. Like if they buy something, you fucking buy it. They don't get their money back. And I'm like, thank you. Like they bought it. Why are we giving them their money back? Because they decided later that like their wife found out? That's not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Or like content that you can post on there, like the differences. Like when I did my heavy impact seat, I have beautiful pictures of my ass. Can't post them on OnlyFans. I can't post anything lactation wise. I've never had kids, but I can lactate. And I have a group of people that are like, they love that. And I'm like, well, now I can actually give them what they want.
I literally just got done talking to one of my friends about lactating, and I want to understand what the kink is behind it. Can you like elaborate that a little bit for me? I want to learn.
Yeah, I've never like suckled on anyone else, but I have partners that enjoy just like laying there on my chest and they suckle, and it'll be like a certain amount of time. But I think it's just for them, it's a relaxation thing. Like that's some of the only time that they can like shut their brain off for the world.
That's actually really sweet. Oh. Wow.
My younger play partner, that's what, like, we've done that before. And then my first partner that I had, so.
That's really beautiful. What's like a kink that you've gotten into lately that's like kind of like surprised you? Like, oh, I am like either not into, or like I shouldn't say it like that because they're like I said the whole mommy thing. Like, what's something that like someone tried to approach you with and you're like, no.
I don't know if I have anything currently that people have tried to really like. I guess I don't know. I'm not. I can't say I'm not.
You're exploring.
Gangbangs. I've never tried one, but I have people that are always like, people assume that I do them all the time, and not that there's anything. I've just never done one, but I've had guys that are like, they go on a coffee date and they're like, "How many threesomes have you had?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, like multiple with the same people." And they're like, "What about male, female?" And I'm like, "Nope, haven't done one yet." "What about gangbangs?" And I'm like, where on my profile do you get that, like, this is what I'm into? I'm pretty clear on my profile, like, what I'm into or what I'm trying or what I'm, like, whatever. But I mean, there's nothing really that like people really like bring to me that I'm not.
Well, it's very interesting because just because we post nudes on a site like FETLIFE, again, shout out to your site. I love you so much. Thank you, John Baku. But just because we post nudes means that we're just fucking everything.
Fuck everyone. Yeah. I think that's probably one thing that people assume is that because I'm into kink, I just fuck everyone. And I'm like, that's not what kink is, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of people on, not even FETLIFE. I know there's a couple other kink sites, online where like, just because you post this kind of stuff, it doesn't mean I'm waking up every morning with a dick in my mouth. Like, that's just, not.
I'm actually demisexual, so like I have to have a connection with someone in order to even be able to do that. So
yeah, demisexual people, I love them and appreciate you all so much because, for someone like me, I do gangbangs and
I love that though. I like to go to your page and like look at all of it. So like.
It's a lot of fun. I didn't get into it about a year ago. And I just there's something about just having like I love it more now that I've been, you know, headlining some of the girls that come and do it with me, and like just like stopping and looking over and seeing how much fun they're having. Like it's a weird thing, but some people can do that. Yeah.
But the thing is like I can't say I'm not into something until I've, you know what I mean, until you've tried it. And I'm not one that's gonna yuck anybody else's yum. Like, I'm here to be like everyone's cheerleader. Like, you enjoy it, like I'm so happy for you. You know what I mean? Like,
would you ever consider doing one?
I guess, I mean, if I knew the people that were involved.
Okay. I like
it's not like it's like a no, but I feel like I would have to know the people that are doing it.
Right. Yeah. Because just like having like a bunch of like people that you don't know, it can be a bit of an awkward situation. Definitely.
I feel like if I did one, it would just have to be people I know. But I mean, that would be fun.
It is. I have my my Three Musketeers that I shout out to them. They know who they are, and
I love
they most of the time all three of them show up to my events when they can, and they are just like, well, like I'll stop everything just to like talk to them, and then we'll play, because I like to get on that intimate level of like be like, hey, how was your day? Like, how's so and so? And like really like having that connection to go, okay, now let's fuck.
Yeah.
You have a raging boner. Let's
take care of that.
We'll talk more about so later, and that's fine.
I love that.
It's fun, and it's so fun to just like, even if it isn't in a game bang, like going to like events and stuff, and like being an exhibitionist. You know, it's like it's a fun time.
The less clothing I have to wear, the better.
Right? Like,
honestly, if I could walk around naked everywhere, I sure would.
You got to go to a nudist resort.
I really do. I've actually, my friends talk, there's like nudist camping somewhere around here. I need to go to that.
Yeah, they're a blast. I mean, just being able to be free. Like, I hope once I hit like 50, I can move to one. There's like one like 2 hours away from my place. And it just, we went there once for a day trip, and it was so like liberating.
I would just like I want it to be sunny. I would just like lay in the sun naked and just like sunbathe. I would just lay there for hours.
You got to come out here to Arizona. It's so sunny right now.
It was rain. It was sunny here, and then monsoon rain. And I was like, fuck this. Where's my sun?
We got rid of that a week ago. We were like, nope, one day of monsoon, done. Okay, great.
Like sundress season yesterday. I'm like, okay, dress, no panties. Let me take all the pictures outside I can.
I did see that photo. I was like, yep, that is the season right now.
I have to.
You have to.
There's like in Minneapolis, you can be topless. So there's a beach that I go to all the time, so I can just lay topless, because I'm like, if it's allowed, I'm going to do it. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care who's uncomfortable. If it's legal, sorry, don't bring your kid to that beach.
Right. Yeah. People don't think. I've never been to a nudist beach. It blows my mind that like I've never done that, and it sounds incredible. But because there are like people who are comfortable with taking their families to a nudist beach. Don't know why, but like, good for them. Yeah. If it's a law, I'm allowed to do it. I don't care.
Yeah. I actually had a guy who said that like he was uncomfortable or something, but this is after he was taking pictures of me and my friends topless. And we caught him.
Of course.
And so the like police, security, whatever, actually went through his phone and found pictures. They made him delete them. And then he was like, well, I'm uncomfortable that they're topless. And the guy is like, it's legal for one, and two, you just had topless pictures of them on your phone, so you couldn't have been that uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go any further with that? Because that sounds like a lot of legal issues.
This was back before I showed my face, so like I was wearing sunglasses and a hat and everything, so like you couldn't really tell it was me, but still. But I saw him, and he was like trying to be discreet about it, and I was like, he's got pictures. And so we went over and told like the security park people or whatever, and they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, I'm pretty positive. If you don't do something, I'm gonna find someone that will, because like those photos need to come off his phone.
Right. Yeah. And it's crazy that you did. Yeah.
he tried to talk to us and we turned him down first. And then it was like, let me take pictures of these girls. And then it was, oh, I'm uncomfortable that they're topless. You're not.
Oh, he just got butt hurt because you two weren't interested in him. That's
Mhm.
Well, because when you and I first started talking before we wanted to do this, you weren't showing your face. So what was it that like turned the light for you?
So I had a full-time job last year. I quit my full-time job in November of 2022? Yeah, 2022, and I just started doing OnlyFans. I was like miserable, so unhappy. I was a retail store manager, and I was like, I cannot go through another retail year. So like I worked at a store where there was like a general store manager. We were a side-by-side company. I ran like an athleisure part of the company, and everyone was quitting. The general manager had quit. My merch person who did merch for both sides, she had quit. A bunch of our sales leads had quit. So I was running both sides of the store and doing the merch. Like I was working like 80 hours a week and I was miserable. And I was like, this does not make me happy. And I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was like, I'm not doing this. So I gave my notice like right before holiday. Felt terrible, but not.
You are the meanest employee ever.
I really am. But like after I've asked you for months for help and I haven't gotten any, I'm not helping you anymore. I'm not gonna like kill myself anymore for you. I'd rather hustle hard and kill myself for myself.
Good for you.
So I quit that and then I just did OnlyFans full time. And I modeled nude for a painter that I used to work with. He used to pay me cash just to like lay there for 4 hours and listen to podcasts in one pose. We take like 15-minute breaks every 45 minutes or whatever, but I would do that.
So you were someone's French girl from Titanic? That's so awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But it was like, a lot of them were like group paintings, but none of us were ever in the same room together. So like a lot of people I knew did it with the same painter. And so like, he came from FET. He found me on FET. He DM'd me himself and I turned him down because I was like, well, this is a scam. Like, this is a lie. Like, of course you're a painter wanting to paint girls nude. One of my friends was like, oh, no, I actually work with him. He's legit. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I started working with him for a while. And then, selling my panties. I sell my panties, my bras, my lingerie, all of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, your panty menu was very impressive.
Yeah, so I do that, but mainly it's OnlyFans.
So with panty sales, like, is it like, because I do it too. So if you guys don't know, penny sales. Thank you for everyone who buys them. I appreciate it so much.
Right.
But do you get like your rock off to it, or is it just for the money?
It's not really just for the money. I like knowing that like people have my panties.
Our panties are all over the country.
Yeah, like I have a guy that's a truck driver and he like sends me pictures of his little like truck setup and he's got like a microwave and my panties are hanging next to the microwave and I'm like, I did that. Like, that's me. You're welcome.
Right? It's like, I don't need an air freshener for my truck. I just need your panties. I'm like, yeah.
They put them in the microwave and heat them up. You didn't know that?
I've been selling panties for like almost 10 years. I've never heard that.
Yeah, I've had customers tell me that. They put them in the microwave for like 5 to 10 seconds to like get the aroma back.
That's so hot. Oh my God.
Yeah. I didn't know that either until they told me.
Okay, well. Cheese and rice biscuits. Oh, that's so. I don't know why no one's ever told me that, but it makes sense to like, to get the fragrance and aromas going again.
Told me, because he sent me a picture of like them hanging like literally on a little like pole next to his microwave, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, like just convenience. And he was like, well, yeah, so I can put them in the microwave. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he like explained it, and I was like, that makes so much more sense.
Right. That's really good. Where's like the weirdest kind of panties you've ever sold?
The weirdest kind that I've sold?
Yeah. Because there's some times where people like, let's not actually do that. What's the weirdest request you've gotten with a panty purchase?
I don't feel like I really had any like weird things. I don't know. I mean, like I had a guy that wanted me to wear them for 4 days straight, come in them and pee in them. That's like the most elaborate, but that's not really anything. So I don't feel like I've had it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I've had a guy who asked me to like do a number 2 in a pair of panties, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
I haven't had that yet.
Oh, well, everyone go hit her up and ask her for scat fucking panties, please.
I have it on my menu.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna make sure that everyone sees the menu because it's a very great menu.
Okay. I hate scammers, people that steal people's shit. I had a random woman on FET steal my menu and steal my pictures of my panties and try to sell my panties to people, like pictures that I took. Tried to sell my panties to people. I'm like, how are you going to sell them to them? You don't own them. They're mine. They're in my drawer.
That's so weird. Why are people trying to scam people? Like, especially when it comes to something like that, because it's a materialistic item. Like, what are you going to get out of that?
They're going to get the money and not deliver to the person.
And then it's just
actually sell them look worse. I fucking hate it.
And here's the thing: when I know that I like when I take my panty pictures, because it'll take me about 20 minutes to like set them up, make them look all pretty. And I have a bit of a different menu than you, but because people ask me why my rates are so much higher than others, because there's still like panty sites, they're selling them for $12.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me tell you why that is the worst thing in the whole world. Because the cost of shipping, I don't know what you use. I go through post services, and it's $10 already.
Oh yeah, mine's like $5.
Frick.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that off air. Dang. But yeah, because I only ship through the States because I can't do international because I'd have to ask for too much. So yeah. I'm sorry for everyone who's ever asked me that's out of America that like I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'd have to charge you too much because for what I do with my panty sales is I'll do whatever because I do, it's either out of my drawer, me playing in them, and then it goes to piss play, and then it goes to getting fucked and filled in them.
Yeah.
And the reason why I charge so much is because once, the terrible deed is done, which I get turned on by, I love it. I seal them up really tightly, airtight. I wrap them up in, beautiful like wrapping and, put it like bow tie on it. And I do a handwritten note with my perfume.
Yep.
And that's why I charge these prices because I put a lot of thought into it. And also that includes like pictures and videos,
Yeah.
Like they mean a lot to me. Like I'm wearing a pair right now. If you're listening, you better have gotten them by now. Please let me know. But it's just I put a lot of thought and care where these like other sites, it's like go ahead and just list your panties for $12. I'm like, what?
I don't know how they like. I don't. They don't make. I don't know. They don't make anything on it. I have no idea. Because like I do very similar. Where like I put them in seal them. And then I put them in like tissue paper with like it's a little sticker that says thank you, a handwritten note.
Yeah.
My like number one panty buyer. Sometimes I have like Polaroids that I'll put in there for him because he buys like literally like every single month.
Wow.
So, like, for him, I'll include something extra because he's always supporting me. But, like, it's time and effort. Like, I'm not just throwing them in a little envelope. I'm like, here you go. And I always send them a picture of, like, the tracking just to make sure, like, just in case. I've never not had them get there, but just in case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a terrible, like, it is a very, like, kink thing that people really bash on, because yes, you are paying for a service, and I've had times where they didn't make it, or I didn't ship it out on time, because there's one probably like a couple months ago where the guy, he was trying to have me send them to a hotel he was staying at because he
Yep,
couldn't receive
yeah.
a package because he didn't want his wife to know. And I was like, I'm sorry, I had a lot of stuff going on too, and I work really hard with these people to accommodate that. I'm like, I'm sorry, can we try again? You know, and a lot of girls, not even girls, just anyone in general who does these kind of services, they don't work with people. I'm so willing to.
Yeah.
I have a plethora of panties that I love doing it in, because I personally don't wear underwear.
Yeah.
So when it comes to me wearing underwear, I try and make it as special as possible.
Yeah.
And people really kink shame it.
I don't get kink shaming. I really don't.
But kink shaming, the only things I ever kink shame is if someone's getting harmed. That's it.
Well, yeah. I mean, rightfully so. But other than that, like, who are you to judge what somebody's into? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, we're all a bunch of weird people. And I just want everyone just be accepted. Like, if you don't agree with something, move on.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of hate just even on FETLIFE right now. Of some terrible stuff. And I'm just like, if you don't like it, either move on or get off the site. You know, I know that OF girls will always have a bad fucking flack, and it sucks. And again, coming from someone, I talk shit. I don't talk shit about the content creators. I talk shit about the site. And if you have an OF link on your profile, immediately people get mad.
Oh, I know. That's why it says in the very beginning of my bio, if you don't like OF girls, you can go ahead and unfollow if I'm not your cup of tea.
Right. And I feel awful about that, because it is something that you do.
In kink before I was into OF. So like,
right. Yeah.
I was putting out all of this content on FetLife before I was putting it anywhere else. So
Right.
Go ahead and get mad all you want.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why people waste their time on hating on people on such a beautiful community, because at FetLife, I mean, I've been on there for almost 10 years, and it's, you know, there's so many great people on there. I mean, I've met so many people in person and online, and gone to so many amazing events because of that site. And the kink community is beautiful. It's just an amazing thing. And
yeah, literally all of my closest friends are from FetLife.
Yeah, I can't imagine having a vanilla friend. That'd be weird. I haven't had one in.
I try, but like they're like, "Oh, what have you been up to?" And I'm like, getting beat in wax portal. Like I tell them what I'm doing in my life, and they're like, "Yeah, okay." So like I've been hanging out with my kids, and I was like, I don't have any of those. Like, there's not a ton of commonality anymore.
No, it's just like I have like one of the we have my husband and I have really good friends. They're like the whitest couple ever. We love them to death. They're the whitest vanilla couple ever, and they're the sweetest. And I just like they're anytime we like talk like about kink stuff, they freeze up. They're like, don't talk about it. It's our lifestyle, you know. I mean, the fact that like. You know, you told me that like you like did anal at a very young age too. Like I can't bring that up.
Yeah.
Because you were what, 16, 17?
17, yeah.
Fucking A. That's
yes.
insane.
I don't think I was demisexual back then, because like the guy I did anal with, I met him the first day I met him, fucked him, but it was anal. Like met him the same day I had sex with him, but like straight to anal, no lube. 17 years old. Yeah.
Oh my God. My husband's going to kill me. Because that's all he ever wants to do. He's like, babe, let's do it. No.
Oh, I'm like, give me anal, I'm going to be mad.
So you don't do it anymore?
Oh, no, I love anal.
Oh.
If I don't get anal, I'm mad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you are the new anal queen. I did tell you that.
Somebody just gifted me a new butt plug for my birthday.
Butt plugs? Yeah, show me the butt plug. I love butt plugs.
Okay.
Yeah, you can show that on here. YouTube's fine with it.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where did I put it? I have a drawer of butt plugs. So,
same. Yeah.
I thought it was in the box. It is not. I can't show it to you. It's not in there.
Oh, it's okay. You can describe it to us. It's fine. But there's plenty of imagination in the world.
Enjoy, like the brand Enjoy.
Oh, it's a Bluetooth one.
The end of it that like I can pull out. It like the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen. But like I love it. It's very heavy.
Yeah. Congrats on that. They're intense.
Okay, so this is the one that I'm gonna have to eventually try to take.
That's beautiful.
My friend that has the toy store made that.
That's right. You do have your friend from the toy store. That's pretty.
This is my favorite one for anal. Her name is Keely.
See, I'm not the only weird one that names their toys.
No, this is what their names are. Like.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I do name everything as well, though, too.
When it comes to materialistic things, I name everything like stuffed animals and whatnot. They all have names.
Yeah, no. This butt plug was like.
I've got.
I'll have to send you a picture of it off camera because, like, you're gonna love it.
Because this one sits on my coffee table. Yeah, I've never used it.
I want that.
Okay.
It's so big.
It's so heavy. Like it
just sits on your table. Like
it just sits on my coffee table.
Are you gonna?
Yeah, I mean, like I have decorations all over
the other house. That's what my nightstand looks like.
Yeah, no, I'm very thankful that I get to live in the lifestyle of my apartment with my husband. That like we just have like hidden dildos all over the place. So when like anyone comes over,
mine are like on my nightstand, on my dresser, in my kitchen. It's fine.
There's like a time we went to a Folsom festival and they had these like little like miniature like bad dragon dildos, and so they're just like handing them out, so they're hidden all over my place.
I love it.
Find the dildo. One of them's like a what's it called? Pocket pussy, but like no dick's gonna fit in it because it's like the size of my pinky.
Somebody's might, okay.
There are micro penises out there. I don't think so. But it's great. No, I love it. I love people being able to like be out and open about their sex lives and whatnot. And I'm one of those autos. So.
Yeah, I mean, I got all my stuff delivered for my birthday to my parents' house. So they were like, "Hey, you got packages?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." And they're like, "What is it?" And I go, I got a butt plug. I got some like baby girl pajamas." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "You asked." Yeah, whenever I get a package, it goes to their house. My mom will like feel it and like she'll text me like, "Hey, Brunette Cutie's got a package." I'm like, "What is it?" And she'll be like, "I think it's a butt plug. It might be a dildo or it's like a gift card of some sort." I'm like, "Okay, I'll be over and pick it up whenever."
That is some good supportive family. Shout out to all the families who support this.
Today I was hanging out at my parents' house. My brother and my sister were there, and my brother's like, "How's OnlyFans going?" And I was like, "Fine." And he's like, "Tell me about your newest adventures." And I was like, "I mean, I made a sex tape." And he was like, "So proud of you."
Shout out to good supportive families for us being adult creators. Like it's so hard.
It's like a joke, but like they all know. So like either support me or don't. I'm still gonna do it.
Because is that how they found out you started getting packages at home? At their homes?
No. I did them very early on. When I started like modeling for like kink and fetish stuff, I don't know. I said, "Fuck it. I don't care anymore." Like I've always been kinky and it's been hidden in there. And I think my family knew that. So they were just waiting for it to come out anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had that kind of story because I remember it was about 12 years ago that I like started up a Twitter account, and it was during my like nephew's like second or third birthday where we're at Chuck E. Cheese, and it automatically synced all my contacts, and I just posted my first. It wasn't even a nude. I was just like it was like a very like sexual photo, because I'm in like pink heels and pink panties and a pink bra on my bed, like posing. And they were like, what's this? And the best call I got was from my, bless her soul, I miss you so much, my Christian grandmother. And she like texted me and was like, I'm so proud of you. I'm glad you're happy. And I was like, yeah. So shout out to supportive families for us, for what we do. Sorry that you don't agree with it sometimes, but just to be like, hey, it's not my cup of tea, but like, if you're happy, we're happy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like my whole family is like that. Both sides of my family, my mom and my dad's side, more my dad's side, but like they're all pretty like, if you're happy, we're happy.
Exactly. And everyone should stop hating on us. It's the world's a beautiful place. And if you happen to see our titties, don't get mad that we don't want to date you.
Honestly.
Like, stop it. Just because we post our vaginas every once in a while online. Like,
Every once in a while. I would post my vagina every other day. What do you mean?
Shit. Well, Brunette Cutie, thank you so much for coming on here. I appreciate it. Is there anything you want to plug, like your OF or anything else?
My fans leave Brunette Cutie 86 for both of them.
All the links will be down below. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, no.
This is supposed to happen.
Yeah, no. We've been trying to do this for a long time, but I'm glad we did it.
Finally, we're good.
So thank you all for watching. This is the Ugly Couch Podcast. I'm your host, Dark Ginger. It's my guest, Brunette. I hate that word, but I get it. It's because my speech impediment. Brunette Cutie 86. See you guys later. Still not doing the outro. Thanks, Mark.